Welcome back to another renovation video. In this video, we do our wallpaper, our outlet covers, our backsplash, our range hood, and these shelves. We decided to patch up this outlet that used to be here because it was way too close to the stove and also way too close to this windowsill. While we were waiting for this to dry, what we were gonna do is clean up all of these walls, and that way we can get it ready for the primer that we're going to use for the adhesive that goes on these walls for the wallpaper. Once we have the wallpaper on, we'll take these outlets out, this switch panel here, these outlets, and these ones here, and replace them with the ones that we've been using in the house. Okay, this section is still a little bit wet, so we're going to wait to add another coat to that. We've already cleaned and scrubbed all of these walls here, as well as these ones here. Before we add anything to these walls, we need to make sure that we cut every single piece out and make sure that every single piece lines up with each other. Okay, it is the next day and we have gotten all of our wallpaper cut to size and just kind of mocked up and taped onto the walls. I did remove this piece here because we were finishing this up. Got 2 coats of paint on there. The rest of the other pieces have also been cut out and taped up, and it's looking pretty good. Now we have to take all of these pieces off and we can start priming the walls. You know, when we first opened it, it was all white like this. And it smells like Elmer's glue. And that is how white this is, like Elmer's glue. But then it's drying very nice and clear. First coat is done. We're gonna wait for this to dry and we will check in about 2 hours. Okay, it's been 4 hours after 2 coats of the primer has dried, and now that the primer is ready for the adhesive, we're gonna start hanging our wallpaper. Truthfully, I think this is one of the most nerve-wracking moments that I feel we've had so far with this renovation, even after doing the entire dining room and half of this kitchen, just because we've never really done wallpaper before. We've got everything cut out the way that it needs to be, and hopefully everything lines up the way that it should. So here goes nothing. thermostats and also wall plates on all of our outlets throughout the kitchen here. Also installed these switches here and also the wall plate and the rest of the outlets over here and down through here too. This wallpaper turned out fantastic. Some of these bricks are different than the others, but for the most part, everything is pretty seamless all the way through here. We did leave this area open because we're going to be adding a backsplash and it's going to cover all of that anyways. We didn't really want to waste a lot of our wallpaper on this section, and it's a good thing we didn't, because once we got to this section over here, we had just enough wallpaper to finish out this section. The rest of it turned out fantastic, and it really just pulls in the entire aesthetic and look of this kitchen. This section right here was probably the hardest that we had to do. We had to make sure that all of that was straight all the way up there. This section right here fits in here exactly the way that it should. And these are for the backsplash that is going to go here. These are basically just a little bit of trim to make it look a little bit better on the sides. So I'm going to get that mocked up and install the backsplash. So a few things came in the mail today. We got our shelf brackets over here. We already opened up a set. We also test fitted them in this corner over here. And that looks pretty good. We also just got our new range hood. So we're gonna be installing this tonight. I'm gonna put in a few hours at the shop and then I'll be back to install this with Michaela tonight. Pulled out the oven, that way we have more space in here to work. All we really have to do is pull out the wires from the wall and then wire them up to the ones that are on the range hood. The range hood also came with the hardware needed for installing it and this little suction cup, which is meant to attach to the bulbs. That way you can twist them on, because these are going to end up being flat on the range hood. So I am going to use the bracket that came with it because it's labeled and says lean on rear wall and front. And what I'm gonna do is drill these into the side of this cabinet here, and then I'll do the same on this side, and then we should be able to just slide on the range hood. This backsplash really just pulls everything in together. And we also added our range hood, finish off this entire section over here. And we also built some shelves, which I didn't add into the video because it was kind of like a spur of the moment. We had planned these out, but we didn't plan on adding it to this video. And this was kind of a quick project, so it would have been a short video anyways. We got some 2x10s all the way across here, mitered in the corners. And then it ends right up there, ends right there. Got these nice old antique looking Victorian shelf brackets. And these shelf brackets go really well with the wallpaper and the switch cover and all of the outlet covers too. Really just fits what we've done so far perfectly. The cabinets made this corner a lot more enclosed and it felt a little bit claustrophobic. You couldn't really work in this area over here, but with these shelves, we opened up this entire corner of the kitchen. that wraps up this video because we are about to start our countertops and also our sink, which is all of the stuff that we have on this table over here. So we will see you in the next renovation video where we do our countertops and our sink. Thanks as always for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
It's some good wallpaper.